Come on.
Love to see him cranking 90s, but yeah, I think
real test here in their second series.
Right, so starting things off, it is going to be Haven, of course, PRX on the attacking side, which of course means Leviathan on the defending side, and we get to see this composition in action as it ticks the boxes. And speaking of aggression, volatility, already taking so much space over towards A-Long.
That's it. Leviathan look to reinforce behind this. Jing going to be revealed. That's it, a load of pressure coming through. Benkai is the one to open things up though. Shy will fall. Eventually, kill returned onto Jing, so a 4v4 presented.
I'm looking at the space being closed on the other side of the map. C-Long now being just tested further and further. Now losing Adverso is a bit of a problem because King's on an island. Got plenty of players hearing that Prowler clear through A-Long. Smoke going to be committed, but there's the contact. Taco not going to get what he wants, but King does. Finding two is huge, but Taco caught on. What?
Oh my God.
How has Taco gotten away with that? Forsaken with a shocker and Mind Freak. Well, 1v2, and he's got himself a bit of room to play with.
To get through again, deal in the trap, but really a decent idea of where he's positioned. Popping B and Melzer. Come away to stack up with Takalia because he's down to 22 HP. Leave the back door open here for Mind Freak to potentially find this plant on A for free.
30 seconds left.
Still a decent amount of time to work with. Actually, look at the early progress back through B site now, Lauren.
Yeah, quick clear, I like that. Wasting no time on this.
Plant's going to be pressured.
It will be. They're close enough that they can get towards it. And there's the tap on the spike. So, you can already see them slowly creeping in. No steps heard just yet, but Mind Freak has no idea where they are. Zero clue as it stands. So commits the utility as early as he can, gives himself a chance. But it's two players coming back in. They can trade Taco if they have to. Melzer was the safest pair of hands for Leviathan in this map before. Watching back that Liquid series was key for him. And well, Mind Freak, it couldn't have gone worse. Melzer and Taco clean things up. Gonna get that defuse going in. And speaking of volatile, I think that round was highly, I guess, telling of how the rest of this game may go.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that's a big concern coming to Haven is...
They're eyeing up Garage, right? They're eyeing up maybe towards B. They've still got that Headhunter in there. Well, I say that.
Well,
one
in
bullet.
the chamber, yeah.
It ain't much to bring in, but maybe it'll do the job. So on the other side, it's potentially Melzer to feel a lot of the strain early on if they did spin through Garage, but it will be towards B. So Adverso smokes on either side. He's very much alone, going to deal with the Prowler and push further forward. Now, there's two players already in the side, but he's been able to cut through that. Perfect play from Adverso, reading this well. But can he deal with the rest? Yes, apparently he can. And these Stingers aren't quite finding the value until now. But Jing down to 3 HP in the spray. He's not going to do it. Now 3 stand for Leviathan. And Mind Freak, well, that flash does feel as though you've been noted, but again, spike not to hand. Does he get anything out of this? No, Shy smartly played right to the back. So there's a bit of damage. The rounds for Leviathan.
I mean, this is in, but could be huge if they do carry across some of these SMGs. They're around ahead in terms of, you know, the expected timeline here with that forced purchase coming out from PRX, but...
This is rolling my mind back a little to that Liquid game, right? I looked at Leviathan, who got, I think it was 5-0 up in this. Taco just sticking around as long as he could, does take down Jing.
Fires off 3 bullets so quickly there as well.
Seems unreasonable, but again, it's the playing dangerous games with the economy, right? Playing on those force buys, going back in with the Sheriffs here. And for Leviathan, they already passed that test the first time in my mind. Now, I would say PRX are a different team to Liquid when they work around this, but still, for Leviathan, it's such a passing of the test this early on. So for what PRX have left, chip damage would have been fine, but again, it's only against the Spectres and odds and ends. It's really not much.
Mind Freak able to do any damage against grand scheme of things. Not too big a deal. Try and run the clock down just a little bit, but don't expect anybody from Leviathan to be scrambling to find these kills now.
Oh, the double stack on long is dirty. These angles almost impossible to clear like this.
Remaining fine.
Yeah, lovely double stack for
30
Leviathan.
seconds left.
Go back to it as well, Benkai. I mean, if he can get one, that'd be pretty much the best he can hope for here. Feels more like a formality, and it is 5 standing for Leviathan.
And here at a 3-0 scoreline, you think about it, again, what they
do lean towards that C site. Melzer was, you know, God's gift for Leviathan in their first debut here in the group stage. So PRX need to wake up and wake up now, otherwise that scoreline becomes a real issue. But of course, look at the purchase now. Heavy armor coming in, rifles coming out, so they do at least have the buy behind this now.
It's the same setup again towards C-Long. One tucked into Cubby here. Actually, Forsaken does find Tackle and this time around, Dubai will find out Melzer and Cubby. Line comes soon, actually. That's a little ahead of the curve, just desperate to try and slow things down or get a kill at least. The PRX has 5, will find the plant.
That's perfect. Stability. 5 standing and the plant to go down. Now, keeping 5 alive would be obviously the dream come true. Keep those rifles, maybe build back some finances in this. Work towards your own ults. Again, Jing not far off his, Forsaken, Divide, they're all building towards this as well. That first cycle is going to really look quite brutal here.
A clean round here, actually, from PRX. Swings the pendulum back over when we talk about those ultimates. If anything, Shy maybe go through, try and find a kill before we get that ult orb online. I really said for King, one off the showstopper. You see, not going to be given an exit at all. PRX making their way back down long. Actually, Mindfreak will find King. Shy will actually potentially give this up.
There we go.
Fall through. Doesn't want to actually give the ult progress across to PRX.
Probably the right choice, consider how does this change things?
When we get to these buy rounds, that's when we're kind of more interested in what happens in the early round, right? How deep Leviathan want to dig for these opening engagements, and how much success they find as well. See Takalia actually tucking in pretty deep here. Adverso already preemptively rotating away. He spotted a barrel.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting to see how they plan to force him off angles. How do they try and force this man away? He's already quite an aggressive player. He's very confident in approach, and normally rightly so.
As well.
Yeah, Prowler being sent through down towards middle from that defending side, but it's all about timing now. Taco has committed great deals of time towards this. Now, the rest, though, of the attacking side, still eyeing up the rest of the map. They've taken control towards B. They're holding for this, potentially, and they're just isolating one. I mean, it is Forsaken. I don't blame you for trying to go for it, but it's Taco slipping the net just a touch. Benkai now down. You're going to have Forsaken left all alone.
The problem being they noted Forsaken's reposition, so they can invest a little bit. They know they have the 2v1 advantage. Forsaken just charging up. Suez here. He's going to find the kill.
How is he not flashed at all? Forsaken still going to carry on forward. Now Taco's going to push himself just a little bit deeper towards the site, and he's actually got here in time, right? Time enough to hold this down. They can't overcommit just yet. There's still that exploration towards middle from Mindfreak that could cause problems. They seem all too aware. The double stack towards the connector prepared. Shy, so hyper aware of that. Very smart play. Taco sitting deep on the site. This is beautiful work from Leviathan.
You not to trust me.
It seems like PRX scrambling for a response there. I mean, Benkai picked off.
Let's see what the adjustment is for PRX. Off the back of that timeout, they still have a buy coming in here. One ult to play with on the back of Jing, and you know, if he gets activated, maybe it could be a big difference. Maybe not. King loves it down. The combo is gorgeous. And that's Aeon to Raps, and again, they're already exploring that. They're already taking that space away. There's no even moment of doubt in mind. It's perfect. Now, the response in kind, not incorrect from PRX to try and take B. Take somewhere on the map. Nightfall comes in, so audio now just dimmed down. So little to be heard. They've got to be cautious about this. Plant is going to come in, though, but they can't hold this for now. Adverso already going to find him Benkai.
Jump across Mel's Adverso. Going to find another one. Mindfreak now, the last man standing. All of the first hurdle. Adverso
That's 5 standing!
So well handled. You know, put Jing in a position to really force a defender off a deep angle or anything like that early on.
Now, a little bit of a switch up to an extent here for PRX, but again, look at the purchase. It's still going to be Stingers and Sheriffs. It's far from pretty. Now, you've heard the ult come through, so Forsaken does get his name in the feed. That's the first to be found, which is Melza. So C looks way more vulnerable. Taco timing could be devastating. Only going to get one, though. Takes down one, the quick trade out. Averso's still going to do damage, but this is good so far. This is a chance. Rez invested too. They are desperate for a round. Wall still in place towards CT. Should buy time, and Forsaken just getting bodies. It's all on Shy now, 1v4, and there it is. They found the vulnerability. Both of these rounds really coming from that C on that C side, and he was tested time and time again. So I wonder how he adjusts going forward. And speaking of adjustment, the pace change is there. Jing going to try and take a little bit of space at the very start. You can hold it, sends it, does not get a thing.
I was going to say he's actually going to catch one on the cross here, but
King's not back in though. He's still here.
they're definitely down.
It's so precarious, so dangerous. And Jing, oh, Shy just dives into the smoke. Adverso's still on the site though. Quick rotations, reaping quick rewards, and a 3v3. Spike now recovered, but they knew there was a little bit of attention towards the backline, so the correct amount of paranoia put towards it. We can see where Taco is. He's already got himself towards that A site. But where do PRX take this now?
Window of opportunity here to free access to either other site, but PRX is so paranoid now because of how versatile this aggression has been from Leviathan. They've got to consider every possibility.
They have no info, Mike. Walking back to clear this.
With this amount of time now, they're left guessing if Takali is repositioned. If he finds himself back towards Garage, back towards B site.
30 seconds left.
They might have the read though.
Yeah. Absolutely right for now.
The ping coming through again. They're guessing that it's a hard clear through plat here, just in case anybody's playing very close contact.
Again, we know it. All going in towards Garage, and actually, Benkai playing in front of that. Spawn going to go down. Nothing to really deny this as it stands. This will be a post-plant. We've already questioned some of those statistics coming in of these retakes being a potential problem, but let's see how they work out here, because Inverso's got means.
Does Benkai have an out? I mean, on the minimap it's hard to tell, but no, I don't think he does. They're just going to set up. They're going to double stack here towards CT.
They're trying to get proactive and maybe just trying to get... Oh, didn't get ahead of this one. Benkai needs to deliver. Forsaken's got his back. They're going to find one. Turns around. Loses. Taco pins down Benkai trying to bail out the boy. Forsaken, but he doesn't need help. 2 kills already and needs 3. 1v1. Taco to the site. Rifle to hand, but time starting to tick and Forsaken waits. A tap on the spike. Draws him in! And Taco takes him down. The time... It's gonna be close, Mike!
I don't think he's got it. Oh my god!
What do they do with this now? Finding a little bit of room here, PRX. And that's more. That's the start they need. Quelling Taco could be huge.
Oh my god.
Like that flash.
What?
How did they get away with that? I thought Inverso was good for potentially 2. Not the case. And B is theirs.
Another pace change as well. Look at it. There's a minute and 20 left on the clock, and already they're wrapping back through B towards A. They know that the aggression's come back through A lobby.
This is really good adjustment from PRX. What a response. These mid-round calls, these heads-up plays. Yeah, King maybe can fill a bit of the gap here by playing towards 2. It could be a nuisance to this, but how much damage?
Spike planted.
Come on, man, do.
So Mindfreak actually, a very late piece here. Melza, I'm not sure if he's heard a step or what, but he's actually aware of the possibility. King will find Benkai down in sewers.
There's 2 on long. That'll be so difficult to get past.
Forsaken actually gave up the angle for a moment there. At this point, just looking to try and punish the economy a little bit. Melza's position as well. And it gives you that impression. But Forsaken's missed this cross here. So he was holding it initially, but kind of got to come through. Melza spotted elsewhere on the map.
Good. Really nice damage for King. He's going to be happy with this one. Not bad at all. And actually, Melza's found Mindfreak too.
Actually, is the ultimate start to dwindle at least a little off beat here. Forsaken on a mad swing to try and find that opener. Comes away from it though, but Nightfall invested. I don't actually think it catches anywhere on sign. This one-way could cause massive problems. Coldlight to follow up as well.
They are completely and utterly stuck in towards Garage. How do you fight your way out of this one? I guess you bank on Mindfreak, who's going to get you that. Takes out Taco, but there is support here, but he's found the second. Mindfreak doing so much work for PRX. Just opening up chances. Mindfreak, the positioning couldn't have even been better at the end there. Now King left in a 1v3. Now yes, chip damage achieved towards Divine Forsaken, but okay, that's clean. Utility, Divide goes in though. This now gets so tricky to work further forward on. One towards long, one towards sight. And Mindfreak, so much value in that one round. Mike, his...
way for his team to follow through. Actually all tied up now.
The buy is... Alright, man. Alright.
Forsaken's taking so much damage in these opening engagements, it's crazy. I mean, once again, not falling here, we'll get the heal. Very proactive from Leviathan once again. On the back of that, PRX, they flip the switch.
And Mindfreak all too aware of this, but there is still that potential danger. There's something lingering in the sewer, and it will be Taco. Now, they've navigated around this, they will be aware that there is that chance of it, but again, how much danger can be made with these weapons? You've got a couple of stingers, 2 rifles in there, a Spectre as well, so it's bits and pieces, but the backline is being watched. Mindfreak so cognizant of this now, going to tuck himself in. Shy first one to make the real test happen. This is a fight across the map, keep in mind. Actually, Mindfreak's gone down. The follow-up, Shy's opened up space. Taco now makes his appearance and say bye-bye.
What?
Taco finding space. Shy finding that opening chance towards Long. Another ridiculous round here.
I mean, Shy being good for the first is great, but...
The second?
And then the whole time, Taco's just tucked into sewers.
Operator out for Taco. On the other side, couple of ults coming in, but again, the purchase, Mike, you noted it. For the final round of the first half here...
They missed the paint shell there.
That's unfortunate, because Benkai would have been dead to rights.
That would have been a double.
Like. You
I'm
reckon?
pretty sure.
Oof.
Res gone, wall gone.
Oh, the impact that could have had.
All of the awareness here is that Jing's going to try and open his way onto B side once again with the showstopper. Sound cues there now. No way. Shy's got beneath him. Oh.
Benkai got him this time. Okay, the Stinger wins out. He takes all this space and will eventually send
Oh
it.
my
He's
God.
going to catch him. He's going to find Taco. That's unbelievable. Almost the over pushing, but good work for Info. King right back though. Gonna pop the ult and try and clear out the B side, but you can still see the PRX are on the side itself. TP away, really nicely done. Calm and composed under pressure. These three players for Leviathan gotta get a wiggle on. They just can't find the players. Benkai chip damage is done, but it's not enough. Device want to do it, and now two left alive, and Devi wants in. Gets denied. Adverso's there, 2v2 now, but time is ticking. He's got to get this to halfway, and there's nothing that can stop this. Surely the spray's coming in. He's not.
No way! Oh my God!
Mindfreak saving him again.
Right. That's now for though, because PRX have a phenomenal defense success rate in terms of round
Talk
wins.
to me.
This is going to be an absolute, but I expect the same thing once again, but PRX to dig even further. We've got a triple stack towards A site right now, and Leviathan as 5 are creeping this way. Woo.
There's the contact, Jing, you better be ready. They're coming your way, that's one. The second, not gonna happen. Benkai trying to keep the composure for now, gonna pop the wall up. Actually, Leviathan hit the brakes for a second here. Maybe readjust consideration, look a little closer towards Sewer, but no one's gonna give him much play here unless they snap towards Benkai. Ain't gonna happen, he's got you.
He knows
And
there's
now
nothing
player
behind this
advantage,
now.
yes, huge information.
Actually, Leviathan with the correct read though, they do want to re-aggress behind this. Another 20 seconds or so until this wall comes down. We'll have to deal with the reveal, at least on Long. Still show presence, but eyes drift towards Takalia now. He's able to navigate his way through. There's a trap stopping him in garage at the time. Let's see if that pulls anything. On the back of this wall about to drop, and yeah, it does just do so now. Completely unfazed so far though. Forsaken still just holding on to B site.
And look at this composure, he's seen two, he's absolutely seen the second. He couldn't
Trade's
quite
fantastic though.
get it onto show, which is kind of surprising. I thought he was dead to right,
Yeah.
seeing both of those barrels, but not to be. Spike now going to go down, but it is a 2v3 still. A little bit of utility still in play for Melzer as well, keep that in mind. And actually, Shy's going to use that as the springboard forward, and it's Melzer there, finding both. Now the HP's low, and Mindfreak was so clutch on the first half. He's going to need a little bit more of that now.
Concealment.
How much can you get done here? Just the tap on the Spike, he wants to draw them in. And then he might need to check this. He wants at least one of these two players, and the tap on the Spike, and it's so tense. They're waiting for this one. He's got to fight them both. It's only one. Melzer with 1 HP. Parties around the world.
Find you.
So damn good. Yeah. And roll your mind back to how that round started. It felt like PRX had such an upper hand at the very beginning of that round.
Even being able to cleanly disengage from that 1-for-1 trade, like, yeah, you get the first blood, it's traded, but they're able to reset, and that's key for the defensive side, right? They don't get overwhelmed. You know, Benkai's able to slow things down with that wall. So even
now,
considering that, it's the recovery factor from Leviathan is fantastic.
yeah, such a dangerous team. I feel like there's just threat at all times. And the same I feel can be said for PRX, to be fair. Just seeing it clearly so far, at least in that first pistol. Now, late haunt towards Long. Not going to find too much. It might spur on PRX going on a fact-finding mission here, because you can see this somewhat very deep default, taking their time down to about 50 seconds now for Leviathan. Just going across the board, trying to go through all those check marks, which not necessarily a bad idea, but the timing could be pretty brutal, because they're just clearing through A, so they're going to be making this call over towards Long that, well, Forsaken, you might have some people coming your way. And there it is. Already has to be forced away. Wants to do some damage here if he can. Oh, this one flying towards you. The flash comes in. He's so dead. Absolutely dead to rights. Put into bed. But Taco's gone down on the back lines. Now, there are sheriffs here. Excuse me, Devi has a sheriff still, so don't think it's over just yet. No, it's not. Devi's still going to do damage. It's 3v3. But surely they don't get any more here. Look at a nice post plan. Lovely crossfire in place. you play safe, right? You swing off contact, there should be no problems. There's the first bomb found, the second, and there it is. Shut down before it started. They keep the 3.
Well, it's only Adverso that's 6 below 2K as well. Actually, a couple of light shields on the side of PRX.
Forsaken wants info on this. How... I mean, him being proactive does, I guess, allow Jing to push down middle, so this is not bad at all. Testing this default pretty early on, the flash. He turns it so well, but he can't get away, and Forsaken commits to it and actually loses. So now you're going to have a 4v3 with the advantage sitting with Leviathan. And already, Taco taking a lot of space towards A. This could be their next route they want to explore.
Benkai just tucked in here. There's a chance he is overwhelmed, though. As all 4 members of Leviathan stack up, slowly creeping his direction.
Now, the one bonus I guess you could say is that Mindfreak's cleared. You've got the Prowler now sent down,
Yep.
so he should be very aware of this, but taking no risks. They want to invest behind this. Benkai going to sit behind the wall. Prowler going to come his way no matter what. Horn comes in. His position's noted. There's no escaping that fact. But can he still do damage? He absolutely can! Back to the wall! Benkai still going to get 2 in this and bring it down to a 2v2. Devi and Mindfreak surely have a big say in this matter. Devi going to find the first, taking down Adverso and Taco. This is not a comfy 1v2 at all. Using the wall for a little bit of comfort. Mindfreak isolated the second now. Devi looking so vulnerable. That could have been all but over, but I mean, they make it across the line with 1 standing.
What a beautiful setup from Benkai, though. Backs himself into a corner, puts the slow orb down, and able to isolate this first one. And
so similar scenes, of course. Hitting that ace, I think that was super early, but right back in we go. Judge out for Forsaken. That's going to be in play. Rifles galore on the other side.
Jing? What? I respect it. I do.
It's a little brave.
I do. Punished for it, though. Early advantage created here for Leviathan, and expect them to reset back to this very deep default here. But Devi! What?
Such precision.
That's a double tap.
Gets both of them, and he was so vulnerable for a little while. They had to fall away, kind of, fall into so try and not be found, but to still bail them out with 2. PRX thanking their lucky stars for some of this. Now, that will really show that the judge is in effect, so potentially telling that 2 players are on towards that A site.
Exactly. 2 weapons noted now at least, so see how Leviathan actually formulate a plan on the back of this. The wall will now drop. No, actually, what the end plan is here for PRX, because they're giving up B site. I mean, this mid hold is going to be a little weaker just considering the numbers. Shy's got to stay alive in garage though, and actually, is Mindfreak going to find him?
Okay, just 2 though. Taco and Melza diving in. Forsaken's had enough of Melza. It's all on Taco. A 1v3, so many angles to worry about. And he's revealed Forsaken. There is no sympathy in this. He just dives on in. Okay, so we have a game on our hands once again. It's going to be all tied up. 8 apiece here, Mike.
And an opportunity for
PRX, the last 2 rounds have started to, I guess, correct the ship a little.
Let's play.
Exchange of view tilt towards A lobby here. It's actually 4 members, but actually on the other
pick
side of the
along.
map, Taco's found Mindfreak.
And there was no, it felt like there was almost no intent for that to be the end game plan, but you find value, you might lean towards this now. Can they punish this rotation? But look at what PRX are up to. They're pushing 3 down long. They're going on an exploration mission. And surely if you're Leviathan, you are not even considering this timing yet. Surely there is 0 alarm bells ringing just yet. And he's seen 1. He's got a glimpse. He pulled the trigger and he does a little bit of chip damage, but now you're going to be sweating bullets on the other side of the side. It's
No way, Benkai.
He is so good in these rounds, though. We need him to go clutch again. How much time? How much value can he find? Nothing! King is there, dives on in. Think I can do nothing about it. Taco gonna catch Forsaken on the flank. And now Divine Jing. Oh dear, it's falling to pieces. Divine now the last one alive. This is ridiculous this round.
And whether or not Devi's even going to be able to find one here, the hold on site so well reinforced here. And actually Tackle here making his way back through mid. Melza going to be one to...
That was a bailout round from Taco, I've got to say.
Absolutely.
Well. That guy delivering in just such ridiculous ways. So much talent that man has. Cracking open opportunity. Now, similar scenes. Right back at it. Stingers out.
I don't expect the same level of aggression here, but PRX can sit back and maybe absorb this here. Spike not committed just yet. Leviathan almost feel as if PRX might get a little curious. No confirmation either way just yet. But, I mean, with this early progress, Leviathan will hear this rotation.
Absolutely.
And PRX love doing this. They'll kind of wait it out for the first 30 seconds or so and then scramble, just gamble stack elsewhere. Like I said, with King being that deep in sewers, you have a real opportunity here, but I mean, need to get ahead of Forsaken. I mean,
he's going to be back sometime. I guess the smoke's going to be going up now. Yeah, okay, he had a split second to work with. It wasn't much. So the gamble stack doesn't particularly work out this time, so the spike will be planted. Can't really doubt PRX doing it in a round like this, considering their purchase. It's worth it. As I said, it's a gamble stack. Maybe you get it right, maybe you don't. As it stands, though, the retake is going to be very difficult, considering, one, they'll be incredibly light on utility to make anything happen, and two, of course, the weapons are lacking. And with Leviathan's approach like this, they still had a little bit of util to play with. And here we go. First couple of attempts, not really going well for PRX here. 3 back-to-back fall. Leviathan keeping somewhat 5 alive if Shy can make it out of this. My freak. He's gone. It's 5 standing. Leviathan going to make it towards double digit. It is 5 individuals, you know, kind of fighting as one pack. The trades are perfect. The spacing's great. The utility work is pretty on point. Bloody hell, Forsaken. Always terrifying watching this player. Always. Now, early contact made towards B, but again, noting the weaponry and instantly leaning away from this Leviathan.
I think I now has the support of Devi at least. And hasn't confirmed Leviathan's rotation just yet, and they're pretty deep. I was going to say, now that Devi's jumped Beacon, we have to confirm it here with Prowler.
I don't know if they can slow this down, though! The speed in which King just took towards the side. Benkai's deleted, Devi left in no man's land. They're just trying to send it in. It's a 1-for-1 trade-out. It ain't enough in the end, because there's a 4-man pack of players standing. Devi gonna lean on in, though it's a 1-for-1 trade-out. This is so wild. The spike's still to hand, though, yet to be planted. Right now, Forsaken chomping it a bit. You could see the consideration. The Prowler goes right on in, though. He's revealed, he's noted, he's depleted, he's done. Mind Freak now needs another clutch. And he's being closed in on. Look at the timing. Mel's is there, Leviathan, it's 11. PRX have everything they... This is such a telling round now. This is so much worry for PRX. They have to be absolutely flawless in this. They have to somehow make something out of this, because it looks like Leviathan now just striding into the game, confidence sign of Brim. Already so much attention drawn. You can see the amount of attention to detail towards just Mind Freak alone, but it's Forsaken. But he's only good for 1. The sight's theirs again, waving the Leviathan banner. The spike's going to go down, and yes, a little bit of maybe backfill going to come in here, maybe a little bit of chip damage, but you need Jing to have masses of impact. Right now, there's 2 players facing him down. They're just going to spray in. They don't care for the Prowler. And Benkai in the 1v4 with just a Sheriff. It's going to be 12 against them, unless a miracle comes true.
It'll be nothing short of a miracle.
Yeah.
No wall, just the one slow orb. Okay. First, unreturned.
Not too much chip damage, but marked, noted. Slow invested, and here's that late round utility, even worse for the post plant. What can Benkai do? Oh, he's being given everything. Oh, he's still finding it. He's trying, man. You can't say he's not trying. But Leviathan with 2 standing, make it to 12.
Pick, right?
And again, this gives so much room for Leviathan. They can be aggressive. They're being rewarded with this behavior. And Tarko's found the first pick, takes out Jing, removes that forward player away. And A looking a little bit more vulnerable. There is a 3-play stack towards it for PRX, but...
This is key as well. Leviathan coming back in, knowing the res is online, they're going to pressure this position.
They absolutely need this, though. Forsaken needs to be good for, I'd say 2 at this point. He's still going to find 1. Actually gets to keep his life. No trade. Takes the TP away, so bringing it back to this 4v4.
Gamelza, though. Keep your eye on that mini-map.
I love this readjust, though, from Forsaken here. This is super diligent work. 1 towards long. Shows nothing, so if anything, might make Forsaken more committed towards this angle. And they are clearing this. Devi considering it. But look at C. It's wide open.
Mind Freak's just come back to pick up this angle, though.
Maybe there's still chance here. Mind Freak needs this. Could change the timing. Okay, it's still not over yet. It's not looking good, though. Melzer's absolutely done him. And all that work towards A might be for nothing, because that rotate, it won't be there in time to deny any of these plants. And look at Tarko's positioning, Mike.
He's here to punish this rotation away. And he can't actually use his TP though, so he has to stand and fight.
Oh, they have no
I think
idea.
he's
Bullet to
abandoned
the back. Gonna find Forsaken. And they're ready for this fight. Look at these two players. Shy's already jump spotting towards this. He's got his ult, he's got his horn, he's got plenty to work with, but they're gonna funnel him towards Garage. What do they have to try and negate any of this presence? Okay, you're gonna use this to clear the site. There's nothing there, nothing towards CT. They need to get a move on. They gotta do it now. It's right on back through. Jing gonna be taken down low. Does get out before the nade hits, but he's gonna have to pressure this. Melzer finds Jing. It's a 3v2, making just one. Benkai, how much can one man do? It's not enough. 13-8. Leviathan pick up map 1.
But what a statement. And it was the level of comfort they're able to demonstrate here versus PRX with a terrifying